Now at 5:30, a suspect who led police on a chase over the weekend is also facing charges in a shooting investigation.
Also on WKYT this morning, we're tracking the latest in a deadly home invasion out of Harrison County and a new twist in that.
And the Salvation Army falling short and asking for help, making up the difference. These stories and breaking news coming up on WKYT this morning.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning to you and welcome in to WKYT This Morning. 2 days until Christmas morning. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith, and we are continuing to track a big storm system that's rolling across the Commonwealth over the next several days.
Fortunately, it looks more rain than any big snow event, and we're tracking a Christmas forecast as well. Let's check in our First Alert Weather Center. Mike is over there kind of enjoying the holidays.
Yeah.
And, getting ready to go.
Eating a little candy that I keep being given, so I'll take it, man. No doubt about it. All right, let's look outside. We're on Defender and see a few showers here and there. Not only showers, but we may even see or hear a couple of rumbles of thunder as we head through the day. Don't expect any severe weather out of this. Just know you could have some rain and a couple of strikes of lightning. There's your current temperatures. We're sitting there in the low to mid 50s this morning. I mean, that is about 20 to 25 degrees above average, and it looks to be that way by the afternoon, too, as we sit in the mid to upper 50s. Going throughout the night and into tomorrow, that rain holds steady. It's going to be on and off throughout the next 48 hours until we start to see it transition over into possible snow on Christmas morning. I'll go over to the latest forecast, show you the latest data coming up in a few minutes.
All right, we thank you. Let's get to the news.
A suspect involved in a dangerous police chase is now being charged for a shooting.
24-year-old Marco Givens was arrested on Saturday after being involved in a chase where he held a woman and a child against their will. Now we're learning this is not the first time he's been in trouble with police. WKYT's Mark Barber joins us live now from the courthouse with the latest on that. Mark, good morning.
Good morning, Bill and Rebecca. Yeah, I've learned from court documents that police have been searching for 24-year-old Marco Givens since May. That's when investigators believe he shot a woman near downtown Lexington. Givens will be arraigned today on several charges in connection to that shooting, including wanton endangerment and assault. According to an arrest citation, Givens fired several shots inside and outside a home on Martin Luther King Boulevard back on May 25th. Investigators tell us the shooting left a woman with permanent serious injuries. Then this Saturday, officers say the 24-year-old forced his girlfriend and his 2-year-old son from their apartment on Center Parkway and then led police on a chase through Lexington. After he was arrested near 5th Street and Chestnut, investigators tell us he kicked down the door of a police cruiser, causing hundreds of dollars in damage. We're told he also spit on a firefighter. Givens will appear in court for a preliminary hearing in that case next week. In all, he's facing 11 charges, including unlawful imprisonment, fleeing or evading police, and endangering the welfare of a minor. Now, as for the charges connected to the shooting, Givens will appear in court for an arraignment in that case next week, or later today at 1 o'clock. Live in Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
All right, thanks so much, Mark. A homeowner tells us he feared for his life when two men forced their way into his Harrison County home. Bill Jolly says he grabbed a gun and fired shots, killing one of the intruders yesterday morning. And now two people are behind bars in the case. WKYT's Hillary Thornton joins us at the live desk with the latest. Good morning.
Good morning, Rebecca. That's right. The search is over for that second intruder. Police arrested Larry Nolan yesterday after several hours on the run. Police say it started after Raven Edwards asked the homeowner, Bill Jolly, if she could stop by the house. They say Edwards showed up with her boyfriend, Marcus Gross, and Larry Nolan. Police say Gross and Nolan forced their way inside and attacked Jolly. Jolly says he had to fight back.
One guy had me in a bear hug, and the other one was charging me, and I was able to swing around with the guy that was on me and shoot the other one.
Police say Gross was hit and later died. In addition to Nolan, police also arrested Raven Edwards, charging them both with robbery and burglary. Jolly tells us someone also tried to break into his house 2 weeks ago. At the live desk, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
Hillary, thank you very much. Family members say that a Kentucky man is lucky to be alive after an explosion in his garage. It happened Monday afternoon in Meade County. Family members say the 70-year-old man was working on a propane tank when something caused it to ignite. The explosion sparked a fire that destroyed the garage. The man's daughter says she heard the explosion and rushed to help her father escape.
I just heard him hollering for help. I come out the front door and you could see the fire out of the back of the garage. And I tried to get in the side door and I couldn't, so I crawled through the front and got him.
Family members say the man suffered severe burns. He was airlifted to a Louisville hospital. They say his condition is now stable.
A Southern Kentucky man is now knows how long he'll have to spend in prison for a brutal attack. A Rockcastle County judge sentenced Jason Gambrell to 14 years in prison for assault. Gambrell admitted to beating Derek Kissee earlier this year and leaving him in an abandoned rock quarry. Police say Gambrell also stole money from Kissee. Gambrell didn't say much during his sentencing. Last month, his mother told us his arrest probably saved his life because he was abusing drugs.
Our time is 5:36 now on WKYT this morning. Police have charged a man who they say stole $60,000 from the Eastern Kentucky Walmart store where he worked. Middlesboro police say for 3 months, 34-year-old Ray Paul Wilder stole money that was supposed to go into an ATM. He was in charge of putting money into the ATM every night at the Middlesboro Walmart. But police say he stole money several times and managed to hide from surveillance cameras.
Once he got the cash canisters for the ATM, that's how he would gain access. He would pop the top open, access cash, and then anywhere between $1,000 to close to $7,000 at a time.
Police say another Walmart employee investigating the missing ATM money caught Wilder in the act. When they arrested Wilder, they say he had $10,000 of the stolen money in his home. Police also say he admitted to stealing it. They're not sure what happened to the rest of the stolen money.
Kentucky Governor Steve Beshear says the longer it takes to replace a bridge between Covington and Cincinnati, the more it will cost taxpayers. Leaders of both Kentucky and Ohio have been looking for ways to replace the aging Brent Spence Bridge, which carries Interstate 71 and 75 over the Ohio River. Governor Beshear says it will cost taxpayers $7 million every month. Lawmakers don't take action to replace the bridge. A debate over whether to use tolls on the new bridge has caused the project to stall. While a rally in Harlem called for an end to violence, community leaders tried to emphasize that all lives matter. Members of the community stood hand in hand with police officers after the weekend killing of 2 New York City cops. They released balloons to honor the victims of all violence.
All lives matters, police lives matters. Without the police, we could do nothing. Our streets will not be safe.
Now, organizers stressed they were standing in support of the families of the 2 officers who were killed in Brooklyn on Saturday.
The massive hack targeting Sony may not have killed The Interview. Even though Sony pulled its plans for a Christmas Day release, the company may still distribute the movie. The Interview could be served up on Netflix, YouTube, or any streaming video site. BitTorrent is even pushing its site as a safe way to bring the film to audiences. Undeniably, the business deal could be tricky, and Sony has tens of millions of dollars at stake.
And if we set a precedent in which a dictator in another country can disrupt through cyber, a company's distribution chain or its products, and as a consequence we start censoring ourselves, that's a problem.
Please remember.
Sony could also strike a deal with cable TV, releasing the film for free or on pay-per-view.
Well, the Salvation Army in Lexington is asking for help as its Red Kettle campaign enters the home stretch. The organization has a goal of $550,000, but they've only really been able to raise about $360,000, according to folks there. You can make donations at those Red Kettles through tomorrow, but you can continue donating online through New Year's Eve.
We appreciate you giving. Give generously when you see a kettle. Give to the online kettle if that's your preferred way of giving. But no matter how you give, please know that you really are helping to change lives of people in our community.
Well, you can also donate to the Red Kettle campaign when you donate blood at the Kentucky Blood Center. If you decline the T-shirt you normally receive when you donate, the Blood Center will make a donation to the Salvation Army.